FL-150, Income and Expense Declaration. This is one of the two disclosure forms you will prepare to complete your declaration of disclosures. The other form is the FL-142, Schedule of Assets and Debts. Depending on your county, you might have to file this form. If you have any hearings on monetary issues, you will have to file this form. It must have been signed no more than 3 months before your hearing to be considered valid. You must also attach to this form your last 2 months of pay stubs. You will also want them next to you as you fill out this form so you can properly answer these questions. You will also want any credit card or bank statements to help you complete the budget on page 3. Let's begin. As with all forms, first fill in the caption. You can see the instructions in the caption tutorial. Number 1 is about employment. If you are currently employed, fill in the information with your current employer. If you are unemployed, fill it in with your last employer and fill in 1F for the date your job ended. Even if your job was many years ago, you need to complete this section. Number 2, complete this information about yourself, not your spouse. For number 3, you will put in your last tax filing information. Most likely, this will be married filing separately or married filing jointly. If you filed jointly with your spouse, write in his or her name. If you file taxes in California, select that box. If you file in another state, select that box and write in what state. In 3D, state how many exemptions you claim on your taxes. This would be yourself, possibly your spouse, and any minor children that you have. For example, if you have 2 children and you are married filing jointly, you would list that you claim 4 exemptions. In number 4, other parties' income, estimate the gross monthly income of your spouse. Then explain how you arrived at this number. You could say, for example, tax returns, pay stubs, or your spouse's testimony. At the bottom of this page is the place for you to date the form, print, and sign your name. You'll do this once you finish the form. Let's move to page 2. First, fill the top caption. Next, go to number 5. You'll need to go very carefully through each income category. In the first column, you will put how much you earned in that category in the last month. In the second column, you'll put the average for the last year. If the income has not changed from the prior year, you can use your year-end statement from the prior year to come up with the figure. If the income category does not apply to you, put in a 0. When you finish this section, every blank must have a number in it or a 0. In number 6, investment income, do the same as you did in number 5. If you have none of these, put in zeros for all the blanks. For number 7, this is for income from self-employment after business expenses. If you're not self-employed, put a 0 in both columns. If you are self-employed, you must carefully complete this section. You will also need to attach a profit and loss statement for the last 2 years or a Schedule C from your federal tax return in place of not having 2 months of pay stubs to attach. Let's go to number 8. This is about additional income. Select this box if you received any other income during the last 12 months from a one-time event, such as severance pay or an inheritance. Specify the source of money and the amount you received. For number 9, if you have a change in income in the last year, select this box. Then write what the change was, such as you were laid off or went on short-term disability. For number 10, you'll put in your deductions. You can use your pay stubs to identify most of these. If you are paid twice a month, double the amount on one pay stub. If you are paid every other week, there are 26 pay periods. Multiply the amount on your pay stub by 26, then divide by 12. For 10B, these are payments into programs like CalSTRS and CalPERS. This is not your contributions to your IRAs, 401ks, or 403bs. For 10C, this is your health insurance premium. If you pay it through work, put in the monthly amount you pay. For number 11, you can use your FL-142 to answer these questions. For 11B, just note, this does not apply to retirement accounts that you cannot access. Now let's turn to page 3. First, fill out the top header. Next, go to number 12. List the people who live with you. State their name, age, and how that person is related to you, and whether they pay any of the household expenses. Now, move to number 13. This is incredibly important. You want to take time to complete this budget as accurately as you can. If you have a court hearing, this budget is used to figure out what your need in support or attorney's fees will be. If you're negotiating with your spouse, this will help you identify support needs and help you in your negotiations. You can do an actual, estimated, or proposed budget. Mark the appropriate box. These expenses should be for you and the costs you pay for your children. You might also want to do more than one budget. You could do a family budget first, then work from that one to figure out your own budget with only, let's say, half of the kids' costs. Also, many expenses like vacations, gifts, car maintenance, repairs, clothes, and uninsured healthcare are not monthly. It'll be more accurate to take the yearly amount and divide by 12 to get the average and put that into the budget. For number 14, if you have installment or debts that are not included in the cost in number 13, add them here. You can also add categories that are not included in number 13, since the total amount in 14 should be added and included in 13P. You just want to be careful to not put the amount anywhere else in number 13 and then again in 14. For example, if you pay your credit cards off monthly, you don't want to include the monthly credit card payment because it should be broken down in the number 13 categories. You can skip number 15 if you do not have an attorney. Next, turn to page 3. First, fill the top caption. You will only complete this page if you have minor children. For number 16, specify the number of children you have and the percentage of time the children spend with each of you. In number 17, select whether you have health insurance available to you for your children through your employment. If you do, write in the name of the insurance company and the address. Include the monthly cost for the children's health insurance in that section. In number 18A, fill in the amount you need to pay each month for childcare so you can work or get job training. In 18B, fill in the amount for any health care not covered by insurance for the children. In 18C, fill in the amount for any travel expenses for visitation you pay each month. This only applies if you and your spouse live far away from each other. In 18D, fill in the amount for any educational or special needs you pay each month for the children. For 19, this section may be completed if you are planning on going to court and want to list special hardships. For example, expenses for a minor child from another relationship. You can also complete this to help with the negotiations with your spouse when calculating child support. These amounts will go into the support calculator. If you believe there is other information that can impact the child support amount, add it in number 20.